guys, it's Kelly. I am back with another process video, and today I am using my February kit from Hip Kit Club, and I did get the color add-on with that as well. And so what I am doing now is taking the Dazzler's, I think it's Lemon Drop Yellow, and I just sprayed a little bit of water on top of it, and I'm sorry this is a little bit off. I fixed it there, off camera there. I just wanted to do a yellow wash of color behind where I wanted to use the stencil that came with the color kit. And I wasn't sure how this was going to work, and it worked great. I just didn't want to pull out something from my stash because, you know, to me, yellows can be kind of funny, and I didn't want to try to, you know, have to play with finding the perfect shade of yellow to go with the Dazzlers, because I will, after this dries, come back and put the stencil saying that comes with the kit. So I'm looking through the papers trying to figure out which ones I wanted to use, and I decided to use that chevron paper. I think that might be my favorite paper out of this kit. I just like the bold black with the yellows and the pinks. I just think it really makes an interesting paper choice. So I decided to use that as my primary, and through the magic of video, my layout has somewhat dried on the back, and I'm just using the Dazzlers now as it was intended, as like the modeling paste through the stencil. And I will have to say that the Dazzlers is beautiful. I only have this one, and I think I need more. No, I take it back. I have a pink one, but I really like the way that it just, you know, goes on. It's very smooth, and it is beautiful. And there's a nice little shimmer that goes with it, and it's just definitely something that I need to have a few more of. So I decided that I did not want that to be the main layer. Well, I guess it should say I just didn't want it to be the only paper layer. I wanted to bring in that turquoise as well. And you know, when I was trying to come up with this layout and what colors that I wanted to use, I went ahead and chose the turquoise because there were turquoise glitter letter stickers that went with this, and I wasn't sure whether or not I would be using those with my title. I did decide to outline the paper layers, and the reason that I did so was because I felt like these two were both somewhat of a busy pattern, and it was easy to have the edges get lost upon each other. And I think by just doing the simple outline around the edges, it just brings the two together and makes them look more cohesive. And I just also, again, liked that pop of black as well. I wanted that punch that some of these papers had. And there were some black stickers with the kit as well. And just thought that whatever I decided to use, either one of those would look good. So I'm trying to be good and let this dry completely, and I had to walk away from it. And when it's finally dry, or you know, mostly dry, I am going to go ahead and put it down on some black cardstock and try to see if I can get some of the warping out. And because I wasn't 100% sure that it wouldn't smush, you saw when I put the adhesive on, I was careful not to put any right underneath the words. That way I didn't, you know, apply pressure to it and mess it up. Because believe me, if I hadn't thought about that, I would have done it, and I would have been very upset with myself. So I know that this is the general direction that I want the layout to go into. I had seen a sketch on the Victoria Marie Facebook group, and it was by Ellie Studio, and it was something very similar to, you know, like the 2 or 3 photos up top, and then some kind of either another pattern paper or, you know, embellishments down below. And I liked the look of that, so I decided that I was going to just do it with this layout because I knew that I wanted to use the stencil and thought that it worked together pretty good. So at this point, I had pulled out the turquoise thickers and just found that they were just too big. And I had cut this part out as well because it was 6 minutes of recording, and it was just me going back and forth between those black thickers and the turquoise ones, and it was 6 minutes sped up. So you didn't really miss anything other than me just trying to figure out if I liked them or if I didn't. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm not going to add anything else with the title. Let me see if I can bring some more pop of the black, and I wanted to see if I could use the cut apart sheet that came with one of the papers in the kit, and I can't get either one of those to work. And right now, the only die cut that I had that I liked was the little file tab that said "You and Me" up above the right hand picture. And so I was thinking maybe I could get, you know, this little die to, or the little cut apart to work with another heart. And I wasn't liking the way that it was going. I was, you know, you can see I am really trying to make an effort of getting this onto the layout. So when I moved the hearts around, I thought that the heart placement was much better, and I really did like that. And as you can tell, I'm not giving up on that saying just yet. I am trying to see maybe if I back it, if it looks better. And it just, you know how sometimes when you feel like you're trying to do too much, or you're trying to push through and, you know, get your layout going, and that's kind of how I was. So I walked away from it, and then when I came back, I decided I needed black stitching, and I thought that black messy stitching would look nice as well, just to add more character to the page. And I also pulled out from my stash Heidi Swap small small turquoise glitter stickers, and I found that that made the perfect little subtitle for the saying. And when I had sewn the messy stitching underneath the stenciled part, I felt like that was the perfect place to house the title. So at this point, I'm trying to think, you know, if I want to put a couple stamps on the background, and I had a heart that looked very close to these hearts that I have on the page, and I just decided that I didn't want to do it. I, you know, liked the way it came out, and I didn't want to mess it up at this point. So I did pull these enamel dots from my stash, and I'm just going to get those in all of the clusters, and that will do it for me. I do have some stills at the end, and you can see how pretty that Dazzlers looks. I was able to get a side shot, and you can just see how shiny it is. It's so pretty. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.